Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Pilot, 64, win.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Waters. It's Kelsey on the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Go.
Check 3, check 3.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
You go take. You got take.
Back to throw. Waters. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Alert, alert. Undercrush. Kill.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Rush in. 18.
Now Trubisky. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Here's Trubisky. Powell on the catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Trubisky to throw again. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Here's Hines. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Flush to his right. Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now Trubisky on first down. It's complete to Chris Conley. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Complete to Chris Conley. A gain of 12. First down, Pittsburgh.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On second down, it's Hines. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready.
Throwing on first down. Waters. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. These two teams all tied after one. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the run, this is Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Go! 6-6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Waters to the right side. It's Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. Yep. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. You got X3. 218. Chopper.
Now Hunt. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Stay with your man. Mike 50, look at me. Zipper. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Big rip.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Watch the ball. Alert. He's checking crack. Slam.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Steps away. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Operating from the gun. Waters. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a give, right side. Hines. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They go play action. Trubisky, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. 2nd and 9 now. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They run with Hines. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
38 yards on the scamper there.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
18, let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Off play action. Waters. This is caught. And he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready? 15-1. 15-1. Here we go, D. Here I come.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well,
oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Trubisky will throw. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Smooth. 50. Like 50. Watch the run.
Now Trubisky to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Pushing his way through. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Waters. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
A toss play to Hunt. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 26-yard line.
Set logo. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Go. Check 52.
They'll run again with Hunt. Down right around the 25. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position back.
And now off to the races, down the right side. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nyheim Hines. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run with Hunt on second down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Looking to throw. Waters. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Waters, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Chance. Topper. You ain't got nothing. Check. Hey, check.
They run with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. 5.
To throw on second down. Waters. And Woods has it complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Down. 70. Indy. Get in the weight room. 2.
Here's Hunt. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Second and 6. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Solomon Thomas in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Waters gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Man left, man left. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
This is Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Well, the throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. A good pickup there, 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Looking to throw. Waters, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Robert Woods, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for two, but weren't really sure they should go for two. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
A try here for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing here, Trubisky. Howell on the catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Trubisky now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
Lock in.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Trubisky to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A'Shawn Robinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Ready. 10 Lobo. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check pass.
This is Hunt. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
18 Gator. Pick me up. Here we go.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On third down, it's Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hey, check, check! Mike 50, Mike 50! In your face.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Again on second and 10, it's Trubisky. Open is Powell, that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
First down, Steelers.
Mike 50, Mike. Hey, Alpha. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the slant.
Now Trubisky on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards on the play.
They had two tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that's complete. It's the tight end, Daniels. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out?
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. I'm coming.
They'll try and run it here. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the fourth. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. No chance. Get it.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Chiefs, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.